Good morning. Today you're going to be drawing your skimmer. Don't cut anything out. This is just getting the lines onto the paper. We're going to check those lines before you start cutting things out, so don't get ahead of it. The only thing you're supposed to be doing today is drawing your lines. It's very possible that you will get done before the end of class if you focus on it. Ultimately, it's probably about 15 to 20 minutes worth of drawing if you start and keep going and don't stop. So the expectation is you should be able to finish it today in class, even if you're turning and talking to your neighbor. Make sure you're looking at the inches side of the ruler. Don't try to make it small. It won't work. Make sure you're looking at the correct measurements. Close is probably not going to be very good. You want to be as accurate as possible. The measurements are pretty easy to get to. They are in inches. Most of them are 3 inches, maybe 4 inches. There's a couple of measurements that are going to be ½ an inch. And then on the scoop, that's the one that's going to be a little more tough if you don't know what an 1/8 of an inch looks like, but it's going to be 3/8 inch and 1/8 of an inch. And if you look at the video, compare it to your ruler, you should be able to find it with no problem. Do the best you can. The substitute should have a copy of the instructions to give to you. If they don't, the copy of the instructions is definitely on Canvas and you can take a look at it there. We'll take a look at the rest of it when I get back. The rest of the video giving you step-by-step instructions comes after me talking here, just as soon as I finish talking, and good luck. Zooming in on the ruler here, we have 0, 1 inch. Remember, this side is centimeters. We don't want that. We want inches. The big mark that's in the middle, and you can see I've drawn some little drawn on my ruler. The center mark, that's ½ an inch. From here to the next little big line is going to be an 1/8. 2/8 is a 1/4 of an inch. 3/8, 4/8 is ½ an inch. 5/8, 6/8 is 3/4. 7, 8/8 is 1 whole. So 1, 2, 3/8 is going to be one of your measurements. 1/2 is going to be a measurement. 1/8 is going to be a measurement. 1/8, 3/8, and 1/2. Okay, here we go. We are going to work on the main body of the skimmer. When you're using your ruler, you want to make sure you're using the correct side, the inches side. That's the one that goes to 1 to 12, not the millimeter side. If it goes 1 to 30, you're using the wrong side. That's the centimeter side. So we look at it. We have the first measurement is going to be 4 inches. I'm going to start at the edge down here, at the bottom edge, because that's a flat surface. And I need to measure twice. I'm going to start at the 4 and go to the 0, or you can turn it over, start at the 0 and go to the 4. Make a mark at the 4. And then we're going to come down and we're going to do it again. And when we make it with 2 lines, 2 dots, my 2 dots here, that forces this to be parallel because 2 points will make it parallel. Line it up and draw your line. So now I've created my line all the way across. This needs to be 11 inches long. Now, on the piece of paper I'm using, it's 11 inches. On the one that you're using, it's probably going to be longer. So you're going to have to make sure you measure from the 0 to the 11, and then you're going to draw your line going up and down. So you would need to mark it once, mark it twice, and then draw your line so that you know where it's supposed to be. All right, so that's everything that we're gonna do is gonna fit inside that. Let me scoot it up. Everything's gonna fit inside of here. We look at the next measurement and it says it needs to be 1/2 inch from the sides. So I'll come over here and I'm gonna say 1/2 inch. So I mark it from the 0 to right in the middle, 1/2 inch. Zoom in here. Here's 0, there's 1, there's 1/2 inch. It's the long mark that's in the middle. That's 1/2 inch. Make my second measurement from 0 to 1/2 inch. And draw my line all the way across. Same thing from the other side. It's 1/2 inch. Start at 0. Make your mark at 1/2 inch. 0. Make your mark at 1/2 inch. And draw your line. Make sure you line it up and draw your line. Okay, from the back, and whatever you choose to call the back, I'm going to call this side the back. We want to measure 3 inches from the back. So I'm going to start at the 0 on the edge because this is a flat surface. I don't want to use this one because this end might not have been a flat surface. The other end might not have been a flat surface. Mark it at 3. I need to do it again. Come over here, mark it at 3. Line it up and draw my line. Now, I made my line too long. I need to come back in and I'm going to erase this end and I'm going to erase this end because it's just what's in the middle there. Okay, that's my main body. Let's go ahead and label this. Main body. That way we don't get lost with it later. We know exactly what we're doing. Okay, we're going to make the fins. I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to turn it over so I can have it on the other side. I want to start in the corner here because that's going to prevent me from making an error. This is a flat surface and this is a flat surface. I don't have to cut those, they're already there for me. All I need to do is my measurements. So the first one, since I've got 2 fins that I'm making, I'm gonna put both fins here and put one fin here and one fin here, have them touching. And that way I don't have to draw them twice. We know the height of the fins is 3 inches. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna start at 0 and I'm gonna make me a dot at 3. I need to do that twice, so I'm going to slide down, start at the 0, make a dot at 3, and then I'm going to draw my line going across. I'm not going to go all the way across this time. I'm just going to go mostly across. There we go. Now I need to come in this direction and come in at 3. So I'm going to go starting at 0, make my mark at 3, slide up to give my second dot, make sure I have a straight line, and draw this one. Okay, I've got two of these. One fin is gonna go here. I need my second fin here. It's also 3 inches. So from this point, I'm gonna go over to 3, slide up and do it again, to 3, and draw my line. And there's my 2 fins. Only thing I gotta do now is my slanted piece. When I look at it, it says 1/2 inch. So again, I'm gonna use my 1/2 inch, which is from the 0 to the big line in the middle, not to the 1, but in between the 1 and the 0 to that line in the middle. That's my 1/2 inch. I wanna come over 1/2 inch. I wanna start on the edge, and I'm just gonna make me a dot on my line going across here. If I got multiple dots on there and I don't know which one's which, you can even circle it so that you can see which one you're talking about. I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna do the same thing. This one has to go up 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna make my dot on my line. And again, since I have multiple dots here, I wanna circle the one that I care about to make it stand out. Then I can draw my diagonal line, just line up the 2 dots, and I can draw my diagonal line. This is my fin, this is scrap. Okay, do the same thing going this way. I already have my 1/2 inch point here. I come up here from this edge, I'm gonna mark it at 1/2 inch, make a circle around it so I can remember where it is, and I'm gonna line up those 2. Make sure I got them lined up, and draw my line. Again, this is gonna be my fin, and this is scrap. There you go, there's your 2 fins. Okay, on this next one, we have 3 inches plus 3/8 plus 3/8. Each one of these little marks here is an 1/8. There are 8 of them. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, which is 1/2. 4/8 is a half. 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8. 2/8 is 1/4, but I need 3/8. So 1, 2, 3/8, and I'm going to add another 3/8. 4, 5, 6/8. 6/8 is 3/4. 6/8 is 3/4. Okay, now we're gonna make the air scoop. So I'm gonna slide over to the other side here. I'm gonna put it here. We know the air scoop is gonna be 3 inches tall. So I can go ahead and continue, if I line my line back up, I can continue that all the way across, because I know that's going to be 3 inches high. That's good. Now we have to do 3 inches, and then there's 3/8 on this side and 3/8 on the other side. So in order to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip over an amount. I think the total amount here I've got is 5 inches. So this total 5 inches, I'm just gonna skip over a little bit, because if I try to cut at an angle and try to end up cutting right down here to the corner, it's gonna be really hard for me to cut that. So I'm gonna skip over a bit. I'm just gonna start right there. Doesn't matter where it is. Let's take a look at where it is. You know what? If I move it over just a little bit more, that's a 1/2 inch. I think I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna come up here, go over 1/2 inch, and now I can draw my line, and this is gonna make it easier for me to cut later. Because again, if I try to cut down into this corner, it's gonna be too tough. Okay, so 3/8. I'm gonna go 3/8 over, which is gonna be 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. Oops, you can't see that. Let's try that again. Let's go this way. Hey, you might be able to see that. Okay, so starting at the 0, and we're gonna go 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. I'm gonna line it up right there. Mark it. I'm gonna go up to the top, same place, 3/8, mark it, and draw my line. This air scoop becomes really important because it's what's gonna force the air under your skimmer. So we wanna make sure we make it correctly. The next measurement I've got is 3 inches. So I'm gonna go over 3 inches. Give me a second one, go over 3 inches. And finally, one more 3/8 little mark. So 3/8, line it up, 3/8, mark, again, 3/8, and draw that line. Okay, so this is the air scoop. This is scrap. And this is scrap. And now I need to get my slanty piece. I'm gonna go 1/8. Again, 1/8 is just gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 of the little tiny marks. 1/8 is gonna be right here. That's an 1/8. So I'm gonna go 1/8 up at the top, 1/8, make me a dot. And from there, down to the bottom corner, line it up. Make sure it's lined up. Again, the neater you make it, the better your car is gonna fly. There we go. Same thing on the other side. I'm gonna go 1/8. Line it up. And there we go. Again, this here is scrap, and this here is scrap. These are important ones. This line and this line. And then the 2 diagonal lines. So you've got a choice. You can do what I did and just put a little scribble through there so that you know what is scrap and what is not, or you can erase it and make sure that all of the lines you don't need have been erased. I think it's easier just to draw a little scribble through it, stands out a little bit better, and there's my air scoop. That's what you have to accomplish today. Good luck. We'll talk to you tomorrow.